Hello everybody, how are you doing today? My name is Zach TG, and today we're going to continue the Danganronpa 2 blind playthrough. Of course, in the last stream, we discovered that Nagito has been murdered. And of course, we have to find out how he died and who killed him. Yeah, I think so far, at the start, it kind of looked like it was a torture, or what looked like a torture. But it's starting to look like Nagito killed himself in suicide, a complicated suicide event, but still a suicide nonetheless. But this is chapter 5. This is supposed to be kind of hard to figure it out. I should not be able to figure things out this easily, so there's gotta be something more to this. I think Sonya might be one of the more suspicious people thus far, since, well, she was investigating the military base when she was not supposed to. So, what's up with that, Sonya? Looks like Sonya is focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey, Sonya, you have a minute? Yes, what is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded.
Huh?
Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It is alright, it is not a bomb. Why did you know the bombs were fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time?
Oh my!
Oh my.
It cannot be!
Do you suspect me? Well, you're the most suspicious one so far. It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus, shit, you son of a bitch. Sonya?
I am sorry!
I'm terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh?
Well?
At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So, I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them?
That is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered?
Please listen!
And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. And I thought that I could use one of them to gain the entrance to the ancient ruin.
However, that plan was an utter failure. The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display.
Oh, so that's how you figured out that the bombs were not real. You attempted to blow open the door to the ancient ruins. Yeah, that explains it.
God damn it, all to hell!
Yes, nice spacing on those words, voice actor.
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Which means...
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Yeah, because that was definitely a real bomb. That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything.
Do you have a minute?
There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right. I got it. Alright, so we have Sonia's account. Yeah, mainly explaining that these bombs were fake. Alright. I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
Hey, you look worried. Yeah, I am.
Well?
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. Do you mean it's good to investigate other places as well? She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base, as Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, Nezumi Castle, where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room too. If I'm going to understand the reasons for his actions, I need to know more about him. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating.
Can you hear
Hey,
me?
you guys! Isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
I agree.
see.
I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea. Huh? But is it safe? Or there won't be anyone to guard the crime scene?
Yep.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So, we need to search for them in other areas, probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we'd have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that.
Hey, hey!
That's okay if we leave this place.
Well, it's okay.
There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why. There's no time for us to stand around. Alright. So some of the locations they asked us to investigate. Yeah, the plushie factory for starters. We're already right there, so let's investigate. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. Which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. That reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop, is he still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly? No, it looks the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get. At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means that video was recorded in advance. That's right. Besides the video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. With that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use. It's locked. There's no way I can examine this. Well, if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Oh, it's a thought.
My!
I have never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into. However, while I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me.
Well?
The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here. Huh?
Do you have a minute?
If you hide the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that's forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that?
Amazing!
A fleshy bomb is an act of terrorism.
All right!
Let us rip these apart right away so we can confirm it. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside these, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly messed with it?
Easy as pie.
Either way, it is all gravy. All gravy? What the hell does that mean?
Enough already!
Stop! There's no bomb.
Hey!
You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you'll feel is the soft weight of cotton.
I see. I see.
You are right.
However...
Then, where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
Who knows?
I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base.
What?
To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
Please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No!
Well, I thought that I kept quiet. It would foreshadow that killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. Phew, I feel relieved.
But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon. Yeah, oh boy, how the heck do you smell that?
Well,
I must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea.
One that's completely ripped off from the first game.
Let's try it.
That is...
Did I say something I should not have said? It's not your fault, don't worry about it. Alright, so now we have Monokuma's account. Alright, yeah, let me just recheck those truth bullets. You secretly used one of the bombs from the military base and found out that the bombs are fake. Yeah, Monami was peeking in the whole time. And Monokuma knew along that the bombs are fake. And he never realized that fact to anyone. Interesting, interesting. I guess that's all we're gonna find out here. So, let's just go ahead and go to the military base. Okay, Sonia was investigating over there when we last saw her in here. A huge supply of guns and other firearms are stuffed into the truck bed.
Whoa! Ah, found it.
What'd you find?
Well, that truck bed over there has guns in it. But I also found stuff like...
A survival knife? Well, at least we know where the weapon came from. Wait, that's... Isn't that the same type of knife that was stabbed through Nagito's right hand?
maybe...
Which means the killer obtained that knife here.
Alright!
So the killer's someone who visited this military base at least once.
That's... everyone, though.
No, not me. This is the first time I've been here.
That... sounds fishy. So what do you mean this is only the first time you've been here?
Man...
Damn it, this dangerous place is the reason all this messed up stuff is happening.
Hey!
Leaving guns out in the open is totally dangerous. Seriously, they gotta take better care of these.
It's easy to say that, but there's no one on this island who can do that. I'll come investigate the tank here. If the bombs were fake, this might be fake too. But I'm not brave enough to check for myself. There should still be things in here that I need to confirm. Oh, that empty truck. Didn't see that. When I tried looking through the truck bed, it's empty. Nothing's here. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth.
However...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. But did Nagito know the bombs weren't real? It's possible that he thought they were the real thing. No, never mind. He said as much in his video message. So, were you surprised? Seriously, think about it.
Do you really think there are enough bombs to blow up an entire island? Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them.
He knew the bombs were fake. He only did what he did to weed out the traitor. No, is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. Maybe. I really don't have any idea what Nagito's motives were. Alright, so now let's go to Nezumi Castle. You try to figure out if that spear really did come from there. Well, yeah, one spot is missing from there. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. This spear is definitely it, right?
I see.
Just as I thought. It looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle, and there's a way at the end of it.
Also,
Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of gun gear, huh? Malkuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use the spear and the knife?
well, yeah.
Yeah, they could have just killed him with the knife, and it would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this with this unnecessary cord thing on it would be easy to use. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose this spear for a reason. What could that reason be? I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before. As if Nagito is trying to make us suffer, even after he's died. Already I see another grammar issue. Yeah, you just can't say he's died. That's just saying he has died. No, that does not make sense grammatically. Either say he died, even after he died, or even after he's dead. Pick one or the other, not both. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Alright, let's go. I have a feeling that if we tried to investigate the cottage earlier, we'll just be banned from entering until we investigate the other 3 locations first. Alright, so let's go over to Nagito's cottage. Hey Gimmick, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just about to investigate Nagito's cottage, which, according to the map, is right next to Byakuya's and Gundam's. How are you doing so far, Gimmick? And oh, Malkuma and Chiaki are right here.
Hajime.
Ah, Hajime.
What's this?
Oh my! You want to go inside Nagito's room too?
What are you
I
gonna
was
do?
just, listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class child.
Oh, you're cold. I'm sorry to hear about that, Gimmick.
She begged me to do while she was licking my black eye. I didn't do that.
Boy,
Then
The
do it.
crowd.
It's sweet because it's made out of black bean paste. Oh my gosh, Monokuma, really? Hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the damn door.
Fine, fine.
Fine. I guess I have no choice. I just gotta do that, right?
Now then.
Yeah, I think judging by what you're saying, giving, yeah, something's important is there. Yeah, I think maybe Monami's special treasure box or special treasure, whoever's in there. Since it's been brought up earlier. That's my guess.
Now then.
Ba-ba-ba-loose! Bye-bye!
See? I opened the door. You can freely investigate now.
This isn't my first time seeing that, but why does the door open with a spell like that?
Perhaps.
Maybe the cottage keys is computerized.
Hey.
More importantly, let's go inside now that the door's open. Yeah, you're right. Okay, here we go. Well, something really stands out from the room, and I think that's Monami's. So, Nagito was living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? I can't even imagine. Wanting to see absolute hope, becoming despair so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue to that might be hidden here as well. Alright, so let's investigate this cottage a little bit more. And I think I found the last hidden Monokuma for the chapter.
No.
Yes, Monokuma, you're done. At least for these 5 chapters. Alright, let's get the elephant out of the room. A fancy-looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be? Can you let me know if you found my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights.
Perhaps.
That treasure box. Chiaki, you know about this? Oh, you were hinting at the bear, okay.
Yep.
It's really cute. Oh, she was just reacting. I'm glad I found the 25th hidden Monokuma so far. And I'm guessing that there's supposed to be a chapter 6. Like in the first game. Which means probably 5 more hidden Monokumas. This looks like Monami's stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means the thief Monami was talking about was Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out? It might be good to see what's inside.
Hold it.
Is it gonna be okay? It looks a little dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know. If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monami in the first place. I turned back toward the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Inside, there was a notebook. Usami General Purpose Notebook. Okay. This is it. Why is the notebook inside this treasure box like it's something important? I took the notebook out of the treasure box and began leafing through it. And, wow, Monami really has very childish handwriting. It contains sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children, and entries that look like chicken scratch. Well, at least it's actually legible. It kind of looked like that Monami's thinking Byakuya is so cool and Monokuma's the bad guy. Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. What is this? A diary? It looks like it. Did Monami write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages.
Day 3, Day 4, Day 5, page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on an entry titled Day 16. Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him. When was Monami there? Cause I remember that scene and Monami wasn't there at all. Huh?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Oh, it's nothing. Hey, stop! Don't look at my notebook! Whoa. From out of nowhere, Monami suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand.
I won't forgive you.
I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Jeez, that was close. If I had come in later, he would have seen the inside of my notebook. You're a bit late for that, Monami. Unfortunately, you were a little too late.
Huh?
But if this notebook is here, then Nagito was the thief?
No!
Betrayal! I was betrayed by my beloved student.
Hey.
Hey, that notebook. It's pretty much your diary, right? Diary? It seems that way. Monami, did you really write this? Cause you're acting like you didn't. That's right. This is my important diary where all my main secrets are written. Hey, you're a liar. You always show up out of nowhere.
Why?
Monami, it's not good to lie, you know. Lie? There's no way you ruined that notebook. After all, Monami can't even write. Huh? What are you saying? Jeez, I can write letters easily. And finally write the letter B.
That's wrong!
No, you can't. Because you have no fingers on your hands. See? Bullseye. I know, because I'm the same way, too.
What?
Huh? Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you?
Hey.
So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me.
What are you saying?
What are you saying? There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. Well, you certainly seem to beat her up all the time. It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote in it? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it?
Bye.
Excuse me? Hold on! Damn it, she totally ran away again.
Yep.
Now the same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to try to get answers from her. But still, I really want to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better that I didn't ask her. Yeah, who did write in the notebook? I think the only people who knew about that Day 16 incident were me and one other person. And I think I know who that person is. Oh boy, and I really do not want to be that person because I think whoever wrote in the notebook has to have some connection to this incident. I'm pretty much sure of it. It's pretty much that complicated detail that this chapter really needs, this complicated detail. I just feel like it's this big surprising twist for the chapter. I just really hope that person did not kill Nagito. I really hope not. You want me to say a gimmick? Or should I wait for later on? Because, yeah, I pretty much have a good feeling about who wrote that notebook now. I think whoever wrote in that notebook is probably the traitor and probably has very good reason to kill Nagito. Alright, fine. Chiaki. Yeah, because she was the only person, besides me, that knew that I was going to enter the Found Dead room. She was the only one. Oh boy. Well, let's investigate the room a little bit more. I really hope it's not Chiaki. I really hope not. It's the bed that comes with the cottages. It looks just like the one in my room, but...
Hey.
Maybe there's something hidden under his bed. It's a usual place for hiding things. Yeah, like porn. Well, we should still check just in case. With no expectations and without thinking, I peeked under the bed and... There's something here. It's a plastic bag from the supermarket. It looks like there's something inside. What is this? A freaking gas mask and gloves? It looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. Did you get these from the military base? A gas mask and rubber gloves. He was hiding these under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for? I have no idea. We haven't found any gaseous elements to this case so far. Hajime, was there anything else under the bed? Let's see. I peeked under the bed once again and started looking around the area where I found the supermarket bag, and there's a small piece of paper on the floor. A piece of paper made of blue aluminum? A round, thin piece of aluminum, huh? It's similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is just a piece of trash?
Wait. Time out.
Who knows? It might be too soon to decide that. Piece of blue paper has been added to the truth board section. Yeah, I don't even know where it came from. I doubt there's anything in the window. There's a refrigerator.
Huh?
Nice. My cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where he got from. Nagito probably supplied it himself. Why would he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? As I talk with Chiaki, I open the refrigerator out of curiosity. Oh my goodness. Well, we found another item that he smuggled from the Octagon, most likely. Monokuma's special poison, for poisoning use only. And I'd probably bet that was the real murder weapon. There really isn't much inside. The only thing inside the refrigerator was a brown bottle. For someone who likes cold drinks, it doesn't look like he's stocked very much. But that bottle clearly isn't a drink, right? Not in the frickin' slightest. Really? It looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Protein powder, maybe? Okay, how many references are you going to make for the first game? Really, how many references? I took the brown bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death. Hey, this is...
Could it be?
Yeah, looks like it's poison. Poison? Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in a little more detail. But be careful with that bottle. Don't drop it. Stop it. If you worry like that, I'm going to get nervous. I grabbed the bottle with my trembling hand and began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its vitality is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air, it breaks down in minutes, and it is susceptible to hydrolysis. So, this is basically saying that when the sprinklers turn on, or any type of water hits, it just evaporates. Yeah, so there's the real murder weapon right there. No trace of it is left at the crime scene thanks to the sprinklers. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container, away from sunlight. This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagito get something like this?
Well?
That question could apply to the bomb he used at the hotel, too. Applied to the bomb?
See?
There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse. This poison. He must have brought it with him from there too, right?
Perhaps.
He was probably hiding them somewhere in his body during the last class trial. Well, if he did, then he certainly picked a very good spot in his body because I did not notice anything on him. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial. Jeez, how dangerous. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me.
Hey.
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. But what about this poison? Huh?
See?
It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet? That's what I'm kind of worried about. It's Nagito, anything can happen. Another trap?
Perhaps.
For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. If that actually exists, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone on the island? What the hell? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? Jeez. We haven't investigated this bookshelf yet. And I'm probably willing to bet that the student files are in here. There are a lot of books and other mysterious items stuffed in this shelf. The genres and the types of items are also random. I can't make any sense out of them whatsoever.
Well?
They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Do they now? I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this. So what should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all these piles. That doesn't mean we should ignore it though.
Yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things, you know. There might be private stuff here. Well, that might be true, but...
See?
So, I'll leave this shelf to you. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. Oh boy. I sighed and walked toward the shelf. One by one, I started removing the various books and items and examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, they were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are any clues here. Huh? Yeah, the student handbook. Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Makuma. Designers, come on. This is not Hajime talking right now, that was Nagito. My gosh, how many times are you gonna repeat the exact same mistake? Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Makuma. And now they finally fixed it. This is another one. That seal! Indeed, it's the school badge of Hope's Peak Academy. Does that have information about our stolen memories?
Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information.
Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is that really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies, too. I opened the file I held in my hand to confirm that. Instantly, I realized something was strange. If this really has only my information, then why is this file so thick? As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me. Just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others, Kazuichi, Fuhiko, Akane, Sonya, and everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe he'd make us up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too? I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height and weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words, reserve course student. At least we know he didn't lie about that. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I truly was a reserve course student from the reserve department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why? Why am I the only one here who's from the reserve department? Why? Why am I here with all the other Ultimates?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? I just found a strange file. Isn't that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the found dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in there. It's not just my profile. The profiles of everyone on this island are in here too. Nagito was lying.
Huh?
When you say everyone, do you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me and peered into the file. Oh, I get it. You're trying to find out more information about Byakuya. Since he has attended the previous killing game before, I want to find out more information about him. Good plan, Chiaki.
You're right. My profile is really in here. But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
Details?
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
Then it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hold on.
Huh?
What happened? I just noticed it right now, but...
The file. His name isn't in there, right? There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
What are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami.
Say what? Byakuya's not in the list?
Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
And here's Makuma again.
No way!
So what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps, based on that, you think he might be the traitor? No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. Yeah, because he attended the killing game before. He participated in this killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island. No matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life,
Too bad!
it's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason?
You're getting all riled up!
How How should I put this? You guys have been getting all worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. What? That Byakuya? What are you talking about, Malakuma? Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean?
What the heck?
You don't have to ask me that. You'd know the answer just by looking through these profiles, right? Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly, I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Special ability, Ultimate Imposter? So does that mean he was impersonating Byakuya? So, when Byakuya died, it wasn't really Byakuya, it was the Ultimate Imposter who died. Then Byakuya is still alive! He is still alive! Oh my goodness, he is still alive. And I just lost the TV connection, so hold on for a minute. Jeez. There we go. Hopefully it'll stay fixed right now. Oh, it's good that you kept that secret because, yeah, that was pretty shocking. Learning that Byakuya is, that the Ultimate Imposter is impersonating Byakuya, and that the real one is still alive. But if he's still alive, where is he right now? Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate Imposter. is that Byakuya's true identity?
True identity?
He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami.
A fake?
Hey,
The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown.
So we basically got the Phantom from Dual Destinies.
Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. Though I'm not jealous of that at all.
That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami?
Perhaps.
Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was evolved in the Killing School life?
so cool!
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that.
Then he was lying to us the whole time?
But still,
But he couldn't help it.
What? Why couldn't he help it?
oh,
Because that was his talent.
Huh?
Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you attain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating.
What the hell?
Anyway,
Anyway, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with.
that's right!
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth.
Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell.
Based on the context, if I had to guess,
No, no!
maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already.
So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss.
Phew!
Geez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monami or the traitor.
Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation.
Is there really someone like that?
Of course!
Well, obviously you would know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out.
could it be?
So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
Hey,
The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy.
You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here?
correct!
It would be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Hey,
Then we can't use his file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right? Well, probably.
Okay, so we know that the Hope's Peak Academy file would not help us find out what the traitor is. But if I use Mommy's notebook correctly, yeah, because I know who wrote inside the notebook, I should know who the traitor is, and yeah, who would have the most to gain by killing Nagito. Oh gosh.
It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue.
Are you sure
Was
about
that a
this?
wise decision? Time's up, you know.
Time's up. Wait.
Bye-bye!
Excuse me for a moment.
Up and yeah, time for the trial. That chime just now. Yeah, now you react.
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right? That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful than wasting time. So, time's up. We will begin the last class trial. So please gather at Monokuma Rock.
Wait. Last class trial?
I'll see you soon.
Yeah, what do you mean by last class trial, Monokuma? I thought that there were supposed to be 6 class trials. So why are they now short one? The last class trial? He said that, right? He said last class trial.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days? And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right? Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one.
But still.
I can't imagine that's the real end. Huh? I think Makuma's real plan might be just beyond that. His real plan? Is Makuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe, after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once?
Well?
But still, it's also not a good idea to think about too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right. A class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. Haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagito.
But still.
Well, you don't have to worry so much. Huh?
Right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know. You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. I should have started worrying about it during last chapter. Just to try to prevent this whole situation from happening. I mean, it worked for Magito, even when with the fake class trial that Monokuma put up.
Damn right.
It looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it. Now you're making me depressed.
Silly fool! You're making me depressed.
So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends.
But once we're through with this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial.
Damn it.
But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know?
You know, right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial.
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what. Even if I have to pull out the stops. What the fuck? Why are you here?
You haven't realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island? Thinking like that is Makuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
Huh? What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Makuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse.
Stop trying to jinx us.
I'll beat you up.
Damn right, stupid rabbits should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I have finally realized, after losing my powers, I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it, in order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
Huh?
What's her deal?
I do not really know, but she seems different from before.
Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
Her eyes, she looks so determined.
You...
What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if he started talking during the trial. Fine.
But still,
Somehow, I understand what Manami is saying. I think. Anyway, let's get going. To the last class trial.
yep.
You're right. We need to fight as much as we can, no matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Oh boy. So, not looking forward to this one. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock. Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
This elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right? I sure hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. Alright, let's see what design we get this time. The killer. I managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened. This bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? Okay then.
Well now.
Yeah, certainly has that technological vibe.
Well then, now that chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Enough! Just fucking start this already.
Hey!
Hey, this is it, right? Now this is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, it sure is. So, you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right.
Didn't I tell ya? He said it. This is the end.
Now then.
Now then, let's get this trial started.
Viva killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other.
This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Kamaeda, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out the person who finished off Nagito, the killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial
billowing with hope and despair. The last one has begun. Oh boy, yeah, the last class trial. Seriously, Agito was brutally murdered.
This is a remake or a report of a previous game from 2012. Why are there so many mistakes in there? I understand if this was in the original. Come on, this is 5 years later. They should have had time to iron out any flaws. Not either keep the new ones or create new ones. Come on.
Alright, fine. Alright, let's check out what skills I can buy. Alright. I really like the trigger happy. It just seems like the more useful skill to get, so... Yeah, I should probably take a look at it just to make sure that there are not any more typos. Agito was brutally murdered. His unpredictable death has left a looming shadow of mystery in the hearts of Hajime and the others. Who was the traitor? What was the clue Nagito left? Will they be able to see the light within the darkness between hope and despair? Alright, so let's just put the skills in. Menacing focus, yeah, greatly increases the focus gauge. I'm definitely getting that. Tranquility, yeah, this is very good. Cannot be combined with cool and compose, alright? Alright, then trigger happy, yep. And handiwork, yep, definitely putting that on. Alright, I think this is all the skills I'm gonna get. So, it's time to start the class trial.
All rise.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Okay, Monami's not even tied up here.
Oh my! Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
And she looks pissed.
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Oh yeah, she is pissed.
Chesto!
Yeah, that's not gonna stop Monami.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow!
Ah, great, yeah, the Japanese version of the game is made 5 years before this re-release. And the American release for the PS Vita, 3 to 4 years. Yeah, so they should have really ironed out the flaws before they just ported it to the PS4. And I think they might have added new ones, honestly.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
Or at least had the most to gain.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Yeah, thanks for the information, Gimmick. The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... Okay, so what's gonna be the argument this time? I have a feeling it's gotta deal with the torture theme. So maybe it's not torture after all.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up! I'm telling you, they were torturing him!
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito!
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
The duct tape proves it. No blood underneath the tape.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared!
Really? At the very start of the trial, really?
Ah, I just realized it! It's a trap!
Trap?
Stupid Hajime! You got caught in that trap!
Stupid? Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to use the duct tape like that if you just tortured him for information about the bomb. There's just no way we'd be able to use the duct tape like that. To be at least take the duct tape off while trying to stab the survival knives into Nagito.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap! They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Advance.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Yeah.
Pay attention, this is how it... First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Nope. Hajime, you idiot. What are you even saying? Are you trying to refute me with that?
Crap!
I will be able to cut through Kazumichi's rebuttal with this. Think it over one more time.
Pay attention, this is how it
Okay, did I
went.
do it in the
First,
wrong statement?
The killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
They taped Nagito's mouth after getting information from him. True, that sounds reasonable, but that clearly contradicts the truth. If he had listened to me until the very end, I wouldn't have to go to the trouble of repeating myself.
Pay attention, this is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Crap!
No.
Pay attention, this is how it... First, the killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
Okay, do I have to present the duct tape and after they killed him?
Pay attention, this is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him...
Allow me to cut through those
Okay
words.
then.
No.
Yeah, that
There's
was
no
pretty
doubt
bad
Nagito's
for
mouth
me.
was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Yeah.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Are you in...
elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
Yeah, it just seems like that way to me.
Can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that?
I can think of one person.
When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Yeah, I have a feeling, yeah, that 1.2 Reloaded, yeah, came out 2017. And they came out the same year. They just spent more focus on V3 than this game, apparently. Hey, Crimson, how you doing today? I just started, apparently, the last class trial for the game. According to Makuma, that is.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then, let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? Alright, we need to clear that up first. And I have full confidence in knowing what caused the fire. This time. And those have to deal with the domino effect of the Monokuma panels.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Yeah, that's the direct cause.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Yep.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
I don't think it's
They
improvised.
probably just threw the lighter.
No.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
No.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Dang it. Don't rule out sound waves. Sounds are waves, you know. But to make a sound wave big enough to tip over the layer, you need some kind of tool for that. So you gotta do is present that tool. No, this isn't it. Gotta think over it one more time. I should have read over it more
The
closely.
direct cause of the
I just
fire
heard tip
was
it over or something, just heard move,
the
and
oil
that's
lighter found at
it.
the crime scene, right?
Should pay
killer
attention.
used
It's
some
the
kind of
door.
setup.
It's the frickin' door. Ugh.
He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe
Why
they used
am I
invisible
doing
should
so
have been a way
bad
to
at
tip
this
it over
trial
with
so
sound-
Or
far?
perhaps opening the door caused.
Yeah, open the door.
I agree with that.
Why am I so bad at this trial right now? I'm better than this.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Thanks, Crimson.
Just as I thought, It was the wind pressure! A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Yep, domino effect.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
Yeah, but incredibly frustrating because if you knock even one domino early, yeah, it ruins the entire thing.
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second, and from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
Oh, thanks, Gimmick. And yeah, Monokuma is still up to no good.
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
Yeah.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Oh, yeah. The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect. And that is play incredibly loud, depressing music with the MP3 player.
I see! You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Now, the inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. And as if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kane has good ears. Almost up to the levels of the ultimate musician.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. And what happened to open it slowly? Akane ignored their protests and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Nope.
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. So the problem Chiaki's talking about is that the killer couldn't have left.
I see! If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
But everybody else was outside.
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
All except for one person who could have easily set it up.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Yeah, and it's just like that person to do this. Huh?
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. And the only person who it has to be Nagito. Okay, I just noticed the dripping blood from the X there. Yeah, good job, Makuma.
This is my answer. What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
Oh, I wish it was a suicide,
His
I
body
think.
was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
Yeah, it's just like Nagito.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. And I think I know what they're trying to get at. Yeah, the burnt rope. He could have had a free arm. But I'm not gonna rush this. I'd rather not right now.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
What?
Or if you use your front tail?
What?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Oh my gosh, Akane, oh my gosh. If our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up too. That's okay, right? Also, I could have died right from the first statement.
No, that's wrong!
That was the only suspicious one I saw.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
Yeah, I did not want to rush through it, considering my mistakes at the start of this trial.
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
Nope.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
What if he faked that?
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
The proof that the burnt rope on Nagito's right arm is a trap. Didn't we say that the right sleeve was not burned up at all?
I see!
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that explains the stabs to both his legs and his left arm. And it also explains why there's a lack of stab wounds on his right arm, because, yeah, you can't just reach that. You can't not reach that with your right hand. No, there's no way.
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
What?
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
Excuse me?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. That much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me. Give me back that Benjamin.
I haven't accepted it. Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
10,000% interest? A way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. It's okay, there's definitely an answer for this. Okay, gotta come up with the answer how Nagito could have stabbed himself in the right hand with a knife. Well, I think to start with, let's look at the only other thing with blood on it. The plushie. That seems like a good step.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If you threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
That's one heck
could
of
he
a
stab
shot.
his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I agree with that.
Yeah, Benjamin.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
I want to say Benjamin, I think it's like a dime. I think that's what they were talking about, I think.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
Oh wait, Benjamin,
He
yeah.
inserted
Oh
the
yeah,
knife handle
Benjamin
into
Franklin,
that
that's
hole
a
to prop it
$100
up.
bill.
Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
Yeah, so 10,000 interest would be $10,000. Jeez, Akane, really?
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
Which is?
The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right?
Yep.
If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible?
I can think of a
He
way.
can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
Oh my gosh, Kazuichi, just stop this, really.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Mamonami sassing me!
You deserve it, Monokuma.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So, this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
And plus, since this is the 5th chapter and the 5th class trial of the game, yeah, that's just way too convenient for me. There's gotta be something more to this.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Of course, frickin' course, because Kazuichi and Sonia deserve to get married. La-di-da-di-da. Well, how's Byakuya and Genocide Jill working out?
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
Who said it was impossible?
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then, even now...
Alright, let's do this.
Yeah, I've heard a quote about the difficult is not the same as impossible. Difficult would be winning the Nobel Prize. Impossible would be eating the sun. Alright, I have a feeling it has something to do with the blood in the left hand. It's like he's holding
How
something.
did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case,
Ah,
the only
jeez,
other
missed
way
it.
is...
He used his teeth?
What?
Or maybe he used his front tail.
Again, Akane,
Idle
what?
guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What?
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
Oh my gosh, Akane, oh my gosh. If Nagito committed suicide, they must have used that spear to stab himself. Even if his arms and legs are tied up, there's no doubt to use some part of his body, other than his front tail. The only thing he could have used is...
How did Nagito stab himself with a... Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to... But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
Nope.
No, that's wrong! Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Well, I guess you could say she was in a relationship with Nekomaru.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange?
Yeah, like he was holding something.
He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
What was Nagito's left hand doing when the blood splattered? Holding on to something or gripping.
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm. And
Was he grabbing his
jeez.
front tail?
Why did I skip that?
Here's
Really,
the
Kane?
thought. He was obviously grabbing the spear.
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
They certainly do not look mild to me.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
Not unless he used some sort of special contraption. That's right. That's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
The cord? Which section of the spear was he holding on to? Yeah, the cord of the spear. Near the very bottom.
I see! That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Yep.
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
Nope.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Yeah, I think once we figure that out, the rest should come naturally. Nagito was facing up, and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it was just before that... That's it! Could it be the state of the spear, and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment? If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure out where the spear was and what state it was in before it was stabbed Nagito. And back to the logic dive. I'd rather play this than the Hangman Gambits. That's for sure. Alright, let's see. Oh gosh. Yeah, gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Alright, question 1. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Well, it has to be right above him. Yeah, I think the domino effect gimmick was just for the fire. That's what I'm thinking so far. What the heck is that? Okay. Ow. Yeah, I gotta be real careful and avoid those. Oh, okay, that was close, that was close. Okay, question 2. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? The ceiling girder with the blood on it! Uh-oh. Yeah, problem with this, you can't really predict where they'll end up. You can't tell where they go. You just don't know if they're just gonna turn one way or just go to the other. Okay, question 3. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? The cord! And here we go.
It's all coming together!
Brain blast.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
I don't think anybody here is psychic.
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like,
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that.
Yeah, it was the only weapon that's available for him to do it with. So yeah, they don't disappear if you hit them. Yeah, so they're gonna be even tougher to avoid.
If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide?
That's what seems like. But there's gotta be
Every
something
single
more.
wound on his body. That was all him?
Yeah, those torture wounds, those are all him.
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear?
Yeah, that took some determination.
That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He had to.
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
To create a false conclusion, of course.
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Yeah, always messed up like that. Jeez, and I was starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. Mind-boggling malice that threatened us even after he's died. That's the form that his malice took. I had forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other. It tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
I'm honestly not satisfied.
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's probably just my imagination.
Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. Oh, thanks, Crimson. Yeah, good luck to you too. Yeah, hopefully things go well in the end. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
Nothing concerning how many times your gut has been right so far. Should we keep... should we keep listening to your gut now? Considering how many times it's been right so far?
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death.
Yeah, how he died.
Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Well, considering that the Monokuma file came right after the death, yeah, he could not have any influence of it at all. That's all Monokuma, so why does this specifically... Why is the cause of death absent? Mysteriously absent?
I see! Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
The victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in the stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Oh, come on. Ugh. Alright then. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This looks bad. This looks bad. This looks bad. Where is the sea? I want the sea. Oh gosh, no, 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 no. Ow. Way too much. Way too frickin' much.
Oh, dang it. Way too hectic. Way too hectic. That was way too hectic.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
Maybe that's what it seemed like.
The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death.
Yeah, if it was so obvious, then why not mention it in the Monokuma file?
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma, I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Yeah, the most important things in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death?
Yeah, there has to be more.
Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
Yes, that's what it seems like.
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place!
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but...
Yeah, I think that's my plan. Yeah, I think I plan to continue streaming this, at least on next Wednesday and Friday, at least. At least that's the plan.
But it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
Okay, so if it was not a suicide, that means one of us 6 has to have killed Nagito. So it's just like that Russian roulette game Nagito played during the last chapter, 5 bullets against 6 slots. And we have to be lucky enough to choose the one with the blank.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then, the situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. And suspended. Yeah, I think while this part is going on, Gimmick,
No,
I'm going to be
no.
ending the stream. So anything you want to say while this is ending?
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start, but... Well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monami and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough! Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy, tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know. We aren't even friends in the first place. And as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands for that. I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. Oh, Monokuma and Monami. Yeah, your favorite execution and the rest of this class trial. Okay. So, that's going to be it for this stream. Thank you all for watching. And I hope you have a good day / night. Until the next stream where we finish this class trial. See you later. Good night. Take care.